Hello, I'm Gavin Husser. I'll give my audience a moment to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Adriana Hertenstein.
I'm Carla Hertenstein.
And I'm Rita Witt.
And I've got a few note cards for my presentation, and I'll just go ahead and get started. Technology, it's a part of our lives. It's a part of every day in today's world, and it is an ever-advancing part of the world itself. Just to go home, you will be involved in a lot of technology, and a lot of you will consume many forms of media throughout the day through technology. Today, we're going to specifically talk about the evolution and advancements in communications around the world. We know how the forms of communications are used, so we know we can split it into two forms of communication, and it is mass media and interpersonal media. Your mass medias would be your TV, your radio, your newspaper, and your more personal forms of communication and technology would be your cell phones and your computers, like emails and stuff like that. The next best place to start on this topic would be the news. The news has been a part of everyday life in the United States since the founding of our country. It used to be a piece of paper that you would find in the town center, and you would get everything that's going on, and that would later be involved to everyone getting their own individual newspaper delivered to them every morning to find out what's going on in this state or that state, or what's going on in the White House or in politics, who's going to be running for president in the next few years. The next place we're going to go, in a 2020 article by Madeline Hillier, she shares some of the growth facts about the internet use evolving from like television and radio. And this goes from the 2000s to 2020. In 2000, there were only about 740 million cell phone plans issued around the world. Today, that number has grown exponentially to where there are now over 8 billion cell phone plans out to everybody in the world, which means that there are now more cell phone plans out there than there are people. There are also billions and billions of places where you can find information instead of turning on your radio or your news or learning from it that way. You can go to those websites, and some of those websites will offer you subscriptions so that you're able to consume their media and be loyal to them, like you would normally be way back. You would be loyal to one news station. You can now subscribe to a website, and millions of people do every day, and will continue because there are going to be more and more sites. Now that we know that technology is going to continue to change and has changed, we can talk about how it has changed society itself. Author Russell Newman highlights in his book, Media, Technology, and Society, Theories of Media Evolution, how society has moved into our digital age, like I mentioned with the websites, and how having a cell phone now is not so uncommon. Most people can't go a day without having their phone because it's become a part of their home life and their work life. Most businesses are now more run online. It's grown since the early 2000s to a couple thousand, like Amazon. Amazon's one of those ones in the early 2000s that has grown, and it's all digital now. Some people, like author Peter Daszak's, hope I said that right, goes into depth on why the digital era might not be so beneficial for us, but all the other data would say otherwise, seeing as how during the COVID-19 pandemic, most of the world was cut off from going outside of their own homes, so they were forced to live in the digital world more than what they were comfortable with probably, and more than what they were wanting to be. But that is why we have seen growth in cell phone plans, cell phone-based work, like Zoom. Zoom is one of the ways that you're now able to get in contact if you can't just do it over a normal phone call. In our conclusion, to wrap it up, some people might say that our indulgence in media and the internet is not the best thing for our world and the best thing for our youth, as it has seen a lot of kids be more glued to their phones, more people glued to their phones rather than the things you would normally do. But wherever your beliefs on that may go, whichever side you are on, the world is pushing towards a more digital age, and that's just where we're going to be. Thank you.